Good morning everyone and welcome to Vlogmas Day 2. Today's theme is going to be all about food, so I'm going to be doing sort of what I eat in a day and also going to share with you what we're doing in terms of our composting setup because it's going to be slightly different here in Denver, and also just share kind of a few recipes that I'm making. And I think I'm going out for lunch today with a new friend, so hopefully I can show you that as well. A lot of our stuff in our home is thrifted, but when we moved here, Lettuce Grow offered to gift us one of their farm towers. And so obviously I said yes because we have one. And basically it's like a hydroponic system where it's just water and the water has nutrients inside it. And I'm really excited for all of this to grow so I can show you, just if you're interested, what that looks like. Obviously it's too cold outside, it gets below freezing. I mean, it's below freezing every morning and every night, and sometimes still during the day. So it's very cold here, so we can't grow anything outside. And growing things over lockdown was one of the main things that helped me with my mental health. Like, just, I don't know, a lot of people found growing and a lot found gardening over lockdown back in the UK and I guess across the whole world. So I really wanted to continue that in some way. So yeah, I'm incredibly lucky to have this tower, and I'm excited to show you what I can grow. Obviously everything is really small at the moment, so nothing is sort of ready, but yeah, if you have any questions about it, please let me know. Okay, so I just soaked some chickpeas overnight and I just put them in the Instant Pot for about 17 minutes. If you cook them on the stove, I think it takes about 60 minutes, so it takes a little bit longer, well, quite a bit longer, 3 times as long. So I'm just gonna cook those, and I think I'm also gonna try and make some bread today. Because of the altitude, things rise so much like more quickly, so we'll see if we can do a no-knead bread in 6 hours. Okay, so we currently have a couple of systems for composting happening. We have the loamy, which I'm about to take out, and I'll show you where we put this, and then I'll also show you the other two things we have going on. So we currently put the loamy stuff in this little box just because we have nowhere else to put it, and then it could break down even more. And then we also, because the loamy, I had to replace the fan, so before that I ended up putting a lot of our waste in a makeshift composter. So it's just a cardboard box basically, which is frozen shut. And when we're cooking, we just collect any scraps that we're not gonna use in here, and then we'll either put what's in here in the freezer, or we'll put it in the loamy, or we'll take it outside, just depending on the weather. When the weather is really cold, obviously we can't take it outside because it will just freeze. Well, we can take it outside obviously, but it won't break down for a while. But this has a like thing in the top, so preventing it from smelling, which is really helpful. I think ideally we will get an outside composter, especially in the summer, and we won't have to use the loamy and we won't have to use electricity. We can just let everything break down properly outside. But while it's frozen, nothing's gonna break down. As you can see, it just ends up being a frozen block. I put on my classic combo of jeans and a high neck, and then I also put on some sun cream because the weather is no joke here. I also just ate some of the chickpeas and some other peanuts because I just didn't really have time for proper breakfast. This was not ideal. Okay, I am heading out, so it's quite warm outside, it's like 10 degrees, so I'm just wearing my trench coat. And I never leave the house now without my lip balm because this is a very dry place, I tell you. But I'm gonna walk because I'm too scared to drive. and it's a bit, I don't have my bike yet, I'm still waiting for that to arrive. And also I am listening to a book called All the Broken Places. It's the same person that wrote Boy in the Striped Pajamas, and it's kind of like a follow-on from that. It's like from the perspective of the sister of the boy, and it's really good. I'm really into it, so I want to listen to that as I walk, but I'll take you with me so you can see. I don't know if I mentioned, but we're actually going to a place called Wellness Sushi. I've been recommended this by a few people. It's all plant-based, all vegan, and apparently they've got some added things onto the menu, so I'm really excited to try that. Okay, I gotta leave now, otherwise I'm gonna be late. It's like an hour walk, so okay. Okay, so I just got back from lunch, which was so fun. Wellness Sushi that's some of the best plant-based sushi I think I have ever had. I obviously didn't film very much because this was the first time that I was meeting Dina, so I didn't really want to whip out my camera and just be like, oh. So we basically had 2 things each and then we shared, which was really nice. I had like a play on unagi, I think, like eel, but it was made from eggplant, aubergine, and it was it was delicious. And then I also had like a vegan tuna one with like a spicy sauce on the top, which was also really good. And then Dina got one with avocado and like sweet potato or purple sweet potato tempura inside, which was so good. I'm actually pretty hungry because I ended up walking there and back, so I'm actually just heating the oven, and the bread looks absolutely fine to go in, so I think we're gonna give it a go. It's actually 6 p.m, so it's been going for 6, 7, at least 8 hours, so I think this could be a winner. And I made those chickpeas, so I'm gonna use some of those like dill pickles that I made in my food prep video. I'm gonna mix those up into the chickpeas and make a kind of chickpea tuna salad. Obviously it's not tuna, it's like a chickpea salad, but it's kind of trying to give the same, you know, sense. And I think I'm just gonna have that for dinner. To be honest, I'll probably have 2 sandwiches because I'm actually quite hungry, especially since this morning I didn't eat very much. So yeah, I'm going to sort out the bread first and then make the chickpea salad. So for the chickpea salad, I just cut up some celery, some green onion, and added it to a bowl. And then I cut up some of the dill pickles that I had made. They're pretty vinegary. I don't know if I should use a little bit less next time, but whenever I'm chopping them up, I always end up eating one because it's just really hard not to. I added these to the bowl, and then I added a couple of tablespoons of the brine as well. Smushed it. I don't know why I didn't do the chickpeas before. And then I added some mayonnaise. I cut the bread when it was way too hot because I was impatient. Look at that steam. It was not the perfect bread, but it was still delicious, and that's all that mattered. One of the little butter lettuce heads sort of fell out, so I used that as a cup to eat some more of the delicious chickpea salad. This was a monstrosity of a sandwich. I don't even know how to pick it up. I don't know what I was thinking that I could eat all of this in one go. So of course, I went to go and chop it up, but everything spilled out. That's the one reason why I didn't want to do it. But it was so delicious, and it was such a big sandwich, I only needed one.
So 2 days out, are they still staying in the hospital? Or...
Yeah, because the babies are in the NICU. I read a bit more of my book. I'm also reading, I think, A Gentleman in Moscow, and then I went to bed. See you tomorrow.